Hey, gods and goddesses. So, I have a little download today, and um, want to talk about community, what it means to run community, to be in community, um, and for me, um, being in community has its challenges, but it also has its beauty as well. When you have the right community, when you have the right soul tribe, you can move mountains. But I tell you what, you need the right soul tribe to create your village, to create your space. And that takes a lot of courage, patience, a lot of love, a lot of grace, compassion, understanding. And the thing is, when you're running community, community is not about charity. When we're in our community, we're not giving to people, um, and they're just taking because we feel sorry for them, or um, it's a different community is giving, sharing from a space of the heart. And when we're in community, we're soul tribe family, which means that we are conscious. We elevate our consciousness, and this is what a conscious community is all about. We don't come from greed. We don't we don't come from greed. We don't come from a place of abusing power. We don't come from a place of using sexuality to get what we want, or manipulation. We know in the lower frequencies, how we exchange energy and in everyday life is through sex, money, power, greed. In a conscious community, we come from a place of heart. We come from a place of love. And that doesn't mean to say that that's the only way, everybody radiates that. Of course, people are going to come with their traumas. They're going to come with their conditions and their family issues or the way they've been brought up. But in a conscious community, we support each other. We support that consciousness, so we can all grow and we can all start to radiate from this place of love. And there is no lack mentality. With our conscious community, you're in service not to another being, but in service of a new way of living, in service of love, in service of a collective conscious community, that collective consciousness in that group to move mountains. So everybody is doing something, some form, to build that community up, to make it become, this queendom or kingdom. Everybody's putting in something. And if people are there that aren't putting in to build community or to build this up, this one mission of love, of change, then it starts to spiral down. It starts to, and this is the thing with our conscious community, is to, if there is, we always have meetings, so meetings and gatherings, so, and heart sharing, to make sure that if there's something going on that is triggering somebody else or it's not working, then that is brought to the surface, that's brought to the table. And it's talked about, if someone is being more unconscious, then that is brought to the table, in a way, in an act of love for the other person. So our conscious community, for me, it's been so rewarding. It's been very testing. Um, I come from an Aboriginal family. I am part Aboriginal. So our community and the way we live is from heart and is from love. And so you will see in community people bringing their belief systems. Of course, everybody has their own belief systems and their conditionings and the way they've been brought up. But it can be challenging in a way because everybody lives so differently. Everybody has their way, and the challenging part is to come from that space of understanding, love, and compassion, and to be able to hold yourself in that, be accountable for your actions, reactions, to be accountable for your energy field and what you give to the world. And I guess for me, triggers and things that have come up for me, and I'm able to reflect now on them as I'm in Australia right now, and to reflect on these triggers is I felt so burnt out. I really felt burnt out by giving to people my teachings and not receiving from them in the way I expected. I guess intention and to be clear about what you expect in your intentions, first and most importantly, and but also to allow that person to give in a way where they can come from a space of love and not feel like they're coming from a place of ego or power or things like that. So conscious community, it really is about love, an expression of love, because we're not going to get along with everybody. There's going to be times where people really trigger you or piss you off, or someone's left the dirty dishes on the sink or whatever it is. But this is about, in conscious community, it's about raising our frequency and being able to communicate in the way of love, communicate in the way of deepening connection and not in a place of separation. And this is one thing I'm learning at the moment is learning to not separate myself from people and my connections and my intimacy because of my own belief systems, and it should be this way and it should be that way and it should only be this way and that way. But to be able to deepen the intimacy, the connection with the tribe, when there's a common goal and two people are working together to be able to do that, to be able to conquer, to work together. And this is what it's all about, is actually to work together. We're all wanting to live in a peaceful way. We're wanting to live vegan. We're wanting to get away from the norms of society. We want to live here, heaven on earth. We want to love. We want to be loved. We want to be loved. We want to share our gifts and to shine and not to dim our lights. And this is a thing, and I'm still learning with community. I'm still learning how to be a queen and hold my legacy and my queendom in amongst all of this. Yeah, not everybody, some people are going to work harder, some people are going to work less, and I guess at the end of the day it really comes down to love, and yeah, if people are unconscious and not coming from love, and they're still working on those lower frequencies of ego, power, sex, manipulation, money, greed, and community is going to collapse. It's not going to work. It just is not going to work. So of course in community we need to make money. Of course we need to pay rent. So this is the thing with community, is to know where we make money. In our community we teach Tantra, so our money is coming from the retreats, and from those retreats and teacher training and everything, the money goes back into community and back into living. Also too, we're building new communities where people will also rent the space of our beautiful bamboo huts, and that also then brings back into money where we can build sustainable living, gardens and plants and food, bring in building infrastructures and chalets and kitchens and communal space, spaces for children, eco living. And so of course money does come into the factor, but we need to come from a place of not greed, but everybody needs to be in the same frequency or the same mindset or the same vision of wanting to build heaven here on earth. So in our tribe we have the healers that people can go to where they are if they're depressed or they're sad and they need help. We've got medicine people. We've got healthcare as well, where people can go to certain people where they're able to care for their medical and things like that. There are teachings. There's also teachings for the children coming up, and school, or holistic living and school. There's also fire ceremonies to celebrate life, to play music, to dance, to sing, tantra, sacred sexuality, to change the way we live, and to live, like I always say, from the heart space. So this is what community is all about, and for me, the biggest challenge for me has been reconditioning myself when it comes to society and living a certain way of mainstream matrix. And I've always dreamt of living eco living, but to share that with to have my own space in that, because I am extroverted but introverted as well. I recharge in nature and I love my little space, but for the tribe to have their own little space, but all come in to a communal living. Yeah, to all come in, maybe to eat together, to to share together, but also have their own little space as well. That's huge for me. But what's been big for me is to share this space with others, and to have the strength to use my voice in this mission, because I share this mission not only just with myself, but I share it with my partner, Michal. I share this with Michal, this love, and to be able to teach magic, the way to live a certain way, to be able to teach this to others, is huge, and that's what means a lot to me. Aho.